Hi friends, I hope you're having a lovely day today. Welcome back to another Lightroom street portrait workflow. This is a bit of a departure from our normal street portrait, and that's because I just went to a fiddlers convention. I was asked to help some friend film for this fiddlers convention in Athens, Alabama, and it was a spectacular convention of fiddlers. There were little pods of very talented bluegrass musicians all about. There was bluegrass happening in the hallways, outside in the courtyards. There were in the bathrooms. I didn't see any in the bathrooms. So while I was there, I was capturing documentary video, and I Instagram storied about it quite a bit. But I also captured a couple of photos. I tried to, and this was one of them that I felt pretty happy about. And this was the musicians right before they went on to compete on the main stage. They were he was tuning his fiddle. Not a violin, not to be mistaken with a violin. It's a fiddle. There's a on the inside of the fiddle, there's a small piece of cornbread that defines it as a fiddle. I don't know. So he was tuning his fiddle, and these other people were kind of helping him tune. She was plucking her guitar a little bit, and then she was kind of making a bad face if it was a bad note, and a good face if it was a good note. So it's really fun, and I've always been very comfortable on stages. So it was really nice to the atmosphere of being able to be on stage with them was really fun for me. I'm at my most comfortable state, really, when I'm on a stage, in the world of music. So not so much a theater. I did a play once when I was younger, and that was insane. But anyway, we're going to edit this photo today and make it into a bit of a cinematic look. This is already cropped 16:9. It actually shot in the camera that way for some strange reason. I was in video mode, and I wanted to take a picture and decided to shoot in 16:9. So it looks a bit cinematic. So let's make some cinematic colors to go with it. So let's get started here. First, I'm going to do my essentials. I'm going to enable profile corrections and then bring some grain up, 2050. That's how I like it. And we're off to a good start. It's way too bright. One of my golden rules about creating a bit of a cinematic movie-esque type look is I don't let things get overexposed and harsh. So for example, his hat right now is very, very white and overexposed. When you watch movies, the lighting is very much controlled, and you have these colors that you don't blow out highlights. That's just one thing about the looks of film generally is if you're blowing out highlights, it's a very intentional action. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a nice contrast, and cinematic looks tend to have quite a bit of shadows going on. They tend to be a bit darker than a lot of photography would end up being. So I am going to pull down the saturation, and then first I'm going to pull that down a little bit and get it about where I want it in terms of exposure, something like that. And we'll tweak that as we go. But so saturation, I'm going to pull that down a little bit. I'm actually going to pull down the vibrance quite a bit too, and then I'm going to pull up the blacks a little bit. As I always say, this is extremely experimental. We're going to see how this goes. I fiddled with it. I fiddled with it before I began today just to see if I could pull it off, and so I went about halfway through a look and was like, we can do this, and so I'm kind of going over those steps a little bit loosely right now to try to get me back to where I ended up. But I always do that because I don't want to get in the middle of the video and be like, oh gosh, I don't know if this is gonna work. But yeah, if you guys would like that, if you guys would like to see me go up to the edge of failure and see if I can climb that wall, I'll be happy to. But I like to prepare just a tad bit. Okay, so we're off to a good start. I gave it some nice blue tones in the shadow regions by pulling down on the red channel in the curves. That looks pretty nice. I'm going to go into the blue channel, pull it down, and give it a bit more of a yellowish tint. And I think I'm going to tweak the white balance just a tad. Hanging out where I want it. I have a very rough, extremely vague look in my head that I'm going after, but we're gonna see how that plays out. Okay, good. Mess with the curves, punch it, just punch it. No, maybe I don't want to punch it. That might not play out too well. Okay, so we're gonna pull down on this here, flatten that, and then I'm gonna pull down this yellow channel to drop that the background luminance down just a tad to bring out the people. Pull up on the orange. And their skin tones are kind of popping out a little bit more, which I think is a good thing for this look. And very good. Skin tones. Skin tones are very important in any look, but they're very important in a very interesting and special way when you try to pull off a bit of a cinematic type feel to things. You really want them to be very smooth. Very smooth and nice. Looks pretty decent. Okay, I'm going to back up a little bit and see what the heck I'm doing. Sometimes you get so focused on the pixels, you don't see the bigger picture. Couldn't make that work. I'm sorry. I failed you guys. Okay, so I'm going to pull down here just a tad. Get some contrast where I want it. Pull down the shadows just a tad. All right, back up a little bit. Okay, it's filling a little bit. We're going to do a little bit of... Oh, you know what I did last time? I think I actually messed with split toning a little bit. Instead of using the curves, I don't know if I want to do that this time, though. I think I'm going to make it happen in the curves, but I also need the tones to kind of, you know, fall in line and do what I'm trying to get them to do. They're being belligerent right now. That's not working out. Feels a bit green overall, and I don't like that. I don't prefer that. That makes me angry in my heart. Okay, so I'm going to go here and then pull down on this a little bit more. See that? But that's going more towards the direction I don't want to go. And so how do I bring in some more warmth? White balance? It's doing some strange stuff to the skin. I want some more warmth, but I want it to be a bit more of a pinkish warmth. I don't want it to be so much of a yellow warmth. We're trying to get away from that a little bit more. So maybe we pull down here just a tad, and then tough. Oh, that red channel. That's where we want to be. All right, then we'll pull this. See, that makes the skin tones get all cattywampus, and we don't want that. Nobody wants a cattywampus skin tone. I think Scorsese would always say that. Okay, what do I not like? It's coming together. It's just not quite what I... Ooh, okay, that helps. Maybe we can do some balancing there. Something like that, maybe-ish. And then I'm also going to apply some clarity here. And then I'm going to pull up or down on the vibrance. Maybe down. That's what we want, down. It was nighttime, so it's okay that it's a little bit cool. That's fine. Nothing wrong with that. Okay. This is looking good. This is looking good. Oh, that extra bit of brightness actually really helped out for me. Okay. When I get quiet, it's because I'm leaning back and pondering intensively. There's steam coming out of my ears. No, I like the whites to be white in this case. I think this is about what we want. I'm just trying to make sure I didn't miss anything here, any details. Skin tones are feeling about where I want them. I think that should about do it. Let's A-B this bad boy. Let's A-B it. Oh, that was another edit. That messed that up. All right, we're not going to A-B it. We can just reset it. Okay, that's where we came from. to there. Nice. I like it. I feel good about it. What do you guys think about this? It's a good little cinematic look. Is there another direction that you would have went with it? Is there another direction that I should go with it in a future edit? This or another photo? Just a cinematic look in general, or I don't know. I'm just trying to get you guys to talk to me. I'm gonna go now. This feels pretty good to me. I don't think I missed anything. Checking all my edges, good. Yeah, that's it. Thank you so much for watching, guys. If you enjoyed this, let me know. And if you like my style and would like to streamline your workflow, I have a Lightroom preset pack where I have 25 lovely presets for your using pleasure. And I would love it if you checked it out. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you have a fantastic day. Goodbye.